Hey friends, I'm down here in the cabin basement again, and I want to show you this mana block. This is a PEX manifold, and basically it's a central area where we can isolate our PEX lines, both cold, indicated by the blue PEX, as well as hot. Now, this again is just a really simple kind of area. We can use this key. Again, this is a mana block. And then this key goes in and we can select the lines that we want to turn off with the arrows in the up direction or on by turning them this way, allowing water to flow from our hot water or our cold water into these specific lines. And again, this is nice if we're out here in the cabin and we just want to use the downstairs bathroom, want to save on water. Again, we are on these cistern tanks, and so preserving water is important to us. Now, these manifolds are really, really cool. It's really convenient, but we've run into a problem. Over the winter time, I left a little bit of water inside here accidentally, and what happened is it cracked something in the middle of this, and now cold water is getting into our hot water lines, and it's been messing everything up with our hot water heater. So I consulted with a plumber. Again, I'm not a plumber. This is all DIY projects, but I consulted with a plumber, and so he suggested going away with this completely, building my own out of PEX so you can see everything that's going on. So I'm going to go ahead and remove this, and we're going to install our makeshift version of this manifold. Okay, so as you can see, I've removed the mana block here. This was just held into this particle board with some screws. So let's go ahead and take a look at what we're going to use to replace this whole big block. Okay, here is the hot water side of our DIY manifold. Now, as you can see, this comes in with 3/4 inch PEX. This is going to be attached up here. And again, that is where my hot water line comes in from the hot water heater. We're then going to go down. I probably obviously need to cut this to size up top here. And then we go into our 3/4 inch T's. And this is 3/4 inch through here and then 1/2 inch out here to match my lines. And again, all I did is I looked at the amount of lines that I needed, but basically we have enough T's, and these are all just really short pieces of PEX. Again, I used the red to match the hot water side. We've got our PEX clamps there, 3/4 inch PEX clamps, and we are just basically getting in and making our own T so that water can flow down through here and then shoot off into these lines. And then again, we're going to isolate these with some bell valves so we can turn those off if we desire. Now, I mentioned I cut my PEX up here with these little clippers, and these are really simple ones. They come in a little PEX kit here. I can put a link to that if you guys are interested in checking that out. Really, really helpful for these projects. Okay, so I've dry fitted everything. Again, I'm leaving out this bottom PEX because I don't need water to the clothes washer right now. And so what I can do now that I have things kind of in place is I can put some clamps that clamp onto the board here to hold this main piece in place. Okay, so this is going to work as kind of a temporary fix. I want to get some much better clamps to stick in here, but you can get these little PEX clamps here, and it's just a nail. Basically, this goes around 3/4 inch PEX, and it's designed to kind of hold things in place like that, and then just hammer the nail in. So as you can see, I put a couple here just to support things. Again, this is not a great permanent solution. It just doesn't feel very super secure for me, but it's going to hold things in place while we test things, make sure everything is correct. Okay, so we've dry fitted our hot side. Now, again, these are all loose at this point. Again, that's what I mean by dry fitting. So what I can do is I can now actually attach them permanently to that T intersection. Okay, so the way this is going to work is I'm going to take my little 1/2 inch PEX clamp. I can put it over the top of my PEX here just like this. We're then going to slide this into place. And again, that PEX ring is then going to clamp down using our clampers onto here. Again, make sure you have enough space to clamp properly onto the brass over here. These are then the crimpers that I'm going to use. They're pretty cool. You can actually get this kit. Again, it comes with those clippers as well as a bunch of the PEX clamps. And basically, we're just going to get around here, around this edge. I'm going to need to open these up completely with 2 hands, and we're just going to clamp down like that. And it's really going to strengthen this, put it down on here so that, as you can see, it is nice and tight. And the great thing about these is you can actually switch up this lever and use these to cut in case you make a mistake and need to loosen these up. There we go. That's nice and clamped on there. Everything should be nice and watertight now for that specific one. I'm gonna go ahead and do that for all of the rest of these over here on the hot side. Okay, just like that, we've got all of our lines into our main 3/4 inch. So the next thing we need to do is actually attach where the water heater is coming in to this specific inlet right here. Make sure those are connected nice and easy. Let me show you what I'm going to use for that. So this is a push fit coupling. You can actually buy this on Amazon. Again, we'll put some links in the description box below. These are also called Shark Bite, is the brand that you can grab in other big box stores. But basically all you do is stick one of these on one end of the 3/4 inch. And again, these are 3/4 inch. You can get them at 1/2 inch as well. And then the other one goes on the other side. And it's just a really simple way of connecting two PEX pieces. And then if you ever need to remove it, there's this little tool here that you can get over the PEX push up. Pushes on this little gasket, I guess is what it's called on the outside here, and will slide right off. So again, nothing is really permanent. We can actually take this off and switch it up if we need to. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to stick it on one end of my area right here and just do that by pushing on it like that. Again, I had to use two hands and really shove it on there, but again, it's not coming off, and this is actually watertight. They're really, really cool fittings. Okay, now looking at this, you can see where I need to cut right about there. Again, so we have enough room to push this down onto it. Okay, easy peasy. Once I cut that, all I did is push that nice and tight down on there. We have a great little push to fit coupling right there. Okay, then on the next thing I want to do is I want to install some shutoff valves. Now these come in two different colors, and you can actually get a really big kit on Amazon. Again, we'll put some links in the description box below. Basically, we'll use this for the cold side, and this is going to be used for the hot side. And you can see we have an on-off option. So we can push this down like this. That is going to turn the water off and isolate it. Or we can keep things on by putting it in this direction here so that water is able to go through. And so what I'm going to do is, again, these are this push to fit, which is super nice. So I'm going to make a cut in our line, and I'm going to install these just like this. And that's, again, going to allow us to isolate which of these lines we want on or off. Okay, for this top one, I think we're going to go ahead and chop it right there in the middle, in between the S and the H, and that'll allow me to push that in and have the valve sit right here. Okay, that side pushed in great. And this side's just going to stick in here, and I'm going to push that in until it's nice and tight. Again, make sure this is really far pushed in, as far as you can get it. And we now have the shutoff valve. That's looking really great. These are really nice because they can even twist around. And again, if you need to remove them, you just take the little tool, you push in here, and those can be removed. So I'm going to go ahead and install one of those on each of these lines here. Okay, so here is everything so far. And again, we have our push fittings. We have our valve shut off right here for each of my lines. Again, these are really nice because I can move them around. So I can get them kind of anchored into the right position so they're out of the way. And we are ready for the last little step on the hot side, and that is to install a little drain valve. And this is going to allow us, because this is the lowest point in my system, this is going to allow us to drain both of these lines. So we're going to need one for each of our main 3/4 inch lines. Again, you can grab one of these on Amazon, push to fit. So we're just going to cut this probably around here. Okay, easy peasy. Just cut, slipped right on. We now have the ability to open up this valve and get things nice and drained. So that is complete. Now on the hot side, I'm going to go ahead and mirror everything over here on the cold side, and we're going to get that nice and set up as well, and then we'll be ready to test. Okay, so I have my temporary pump system right here that, again, is pumping out of the cisterns through the pump and into the manifold over here. And up at this T, again, a lot of this is just temporary right now. We're going to make it nice and clean. This goes up to the hot water heater. This comes out of the hot water heater into the hot. And then the blue here goes into all of the cold water, and then directly to the faucets. All right, so pump is on. I filled the manifold up with water. Everything's watertight and holding. And there's our cold water. Everything's looking nice and good. And then here is our hot water. As you can see, that is pushing and going good as well. I can turn this off. I don't hear our pump going at all, which means that everything is watertight. The pump doesn't need to work. It's all pressurized and good to go. Looks like our manifold is on point. Okay, you can see all that's draining out nicely. And again, everything is working great. That is how you do a DIY PEX manifold. Again, we're gonna have to clean this up a little bit, but you can see all the parts here. I'll put some links again in the description box below if you'd like to purchase all these things like on Amazon, but your local hardware store should have most of this as well. Thanks for watching, friends. Hopefully this has helped. If it has, hit that thumbs up button. Stay tuned, make a ton of this little DIY tutorial stuff. Remember, we're not pros. We're just like you, trying to save money and make good projects. We'll see you again on the next one.